Well, we're here at the Faith and Freedom Celebration at the Republican Convention in Tampa with one of the true conservative heroes in America today, Governor Scott Walker. Governor, thank you so much for coming out. We're glad to have you. You had a little recall election recently, and unless I'm mistaken, you won by a bigger margin in the recall than you did on Election Day 2010, even though the labor unions and the Democrats and Obama for America came in very heavily. Wisconsin, best case scenario, would be called a purple state.
Right.
So tell me how you did that. I mean, in other words, how have you been able to make the case to the people of Wisconsin that conservative principles should be implemented in that state?
We started with the truth and repeated it over and over and over again.
That still works.
It's amazing. I used to say we repeat it so much I sound like a broken record, but my sons, I've got a 17 and 18-year-old sons, and they tell me nobody knows what a record is anymore, so I guess I sound like a repeating icon. But the truth, I mean, over and over and over again. You helped us, a lot of folks who are part of the coalition helped us. Really, we had, amazingly so, we made 4.5 million voter contacts for the June 5th election.
Wow.
That's more than double what we made in any presidential election before. People were so hungry to share the truth. One of the great things was, I remember the last month or so of the election, I would say when I'd go to rallies, does anybody remember what this recall's about? Because the left, they didn't talk about it. It was because it worked. Our reform saved the taxpayers more than $1 billion. We lowered property taxes for the first time in 12 years on a median value home. Because of that, we took a budget deficit, turned into a surplus, literally setting money aside in a rainy day fund for the first time in 2 years. And an economy that a few years ago, under my predecessor, had over 9% unemployment. We've now dropped it this year below 7%, the lowest it's been since 2008. Our reforms are working, and we told people that, we told them that, and we told them that again, and in the end it worked.
Wow, you know, the Green Bay Packers won the Super Bowl, you win the governorship and the recall, and now your buddy Paul Ryan's on the national ticket. We need to export Wisconsin to the rest of the country.
What even Reince Priebus grew up. I mean,
that's
Paul,
right.
Paul grew up in Janesville. I grew up in a small town called Delaware, where my dad was a pastor, and Reince grew up just to the east of us. And
wow.
So there must have been something to watch. I think more than anything, we were all paying attention to President Reagan back in the 80s when we kind of came of age back then. But Paul is not only the most courageous person I know in American politics, and one of the brightest, he's just a decent person.
Yeah.
Paul is a decent, I mean, Democrats would be reluctant to say it today, but if you'd asked them 3 weeks ago before this election, I think universally people who work with them, Democrat and Republican alike, would have said there's nobody more decent, more transparent, more in love with America than Paul Ryan. And what I love about his selection is not just what it says about Paul, but what it says about Mitt Romney. In fact, Governor Romney had all the experience, I mean, private sector, turning companies around, the Olympics a decade ago, transforming a failed Olympics into a success, certainly as governor and all the good things that he did there. But instead of just having the skill set and experience needed, when he picked Paul Ryan, he showed us he's got the passion and, most importantly, the courage to be an exceptional president. That's really exciting.
Well, I agree, and we could say all those superlatives about you, Governor. This is one of the true champions for our values in America today, Governor Scott Walker of Wisconsin. Governor, thanks for
Good to be with you.